everybody, welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm Andy Signor, and I'm excited to present the first look for Ghostbusters Afterlife. This is the confirmed title for the new Ghostbusters sequel that is dropping this summer. It's directed by Jason Reitman, son of Ivan Reitman, the original Ghostbusters director. I am very excited for this. I was excited when the Ghostbuster remake with Melissa McCarthy came out, and then I saw the film, and I wasn't excited. I just thought they did a very big disservice by, one, being unfunny. That was the biggest thing they did. And then two, just sort of attempting to, create this new world where nothing happened. Jason Reitman is here to right the wrongs. He has made it clear that this is not in the same world as that. It's its own thing. He's not knocking it, but he's like, yep, that happened, but we're going to focus on what really happened after Ghostbusters, and apparently some of the cast will return, but they're also going to introduce some new kids, etc. They have not revealed the secret, but there is apparently, there is some relation to these kids. I'm going to speculate with you. Before I get into sort of the Vanity Fair's first images, I want to sort of remind you of what we have seen, which was this teaser that dropped earlier this year, and it was pretty intense. Out of nowhere, this came out. This barn sort of is, lightning in it, and then we sort of push into the barn. Someone's clearly going in there. We don't know what. The proton pack lightning bolts go off here. Something under the sheet, and this was a pretty big shock because it was the 20th anniversary of Ghostbusters, and we're like, well, is this a new game? Are they doing something fun? A new ride? And then suddenly, out of nowhere, summer 2020, and Jason Reitman revealed, nope, we're making a new Ghostbusters movie to celebrate. And it was awesome. I was like, yes. And they were like, yep, and it's a sequel. We're not doing the follow-on the other one. This is a true sequel. Bravo. I've been wanting to see this for a long time. So here we go. The first look. The film centers around, we just learned Paul Rudd is sort of the main comedic talent. And he's got a carrot. Here's the first look of him holding, wow, look at that. He's got his own trap in hand. And his character name is Mr. Gooberson. He's a summer school teacher that the kids, I'm gonna go through this article and tell you what we know so far. But the kids' summer school teacher, Mr. Gooberson, great character name. I'm already on. I'm already in. I want a Gooberson name tag. I love Paul Rudd. I love he's got his goatee going. He's such an awesome comedic nerd, but also good actor. I think this is the perfect dream casting for if you could add a new Ghostbuster of this era. Who would you pick? I'd put Paul Rudd on the short list by far. So this Vanity Fair article goes through and gives us the first look at Afterlife, which is the title that's been confirmed, but now even triple confirmed, which is going to focus on a single mom and her two kids. Hauntings are real. They happen all the time. Regrets about the past, guilt over lost moments, unfinished business. The single mom and her two kids at the center of Ghostbusters Afterlife have all these conflicts, complications, and issues. But on top of that, this family is also dealing with actual free-floating, full-torso, vaporous apparitions, focused non-terminal repeating phantasms, and Class 5 full roaming vapors. Real nasty ones, too. I love the Ghostbuster callbacks there. The trailer will debut on Monday. So there you go. We just got that confirmed. They've been saying it's going to drop soon, but now it's confirmed. It'll be on Monday, our first trailer. You'll be, bet your bottom dollar, I'll be reporting on that. And it stars Leftovers Carrie Coon as the mom, Callie, and then I, Tanya McKinney Grace as the science-obsessed daughter, Phoebe, and Stranger Things Finn Wolfhard, also from It, as gearhead son Trevor. Man, Finn, good for you, man. You are just becoming the iconic nerd actor, and you'll be able to go to Comic-Cons for the rest of your life. But I think you'll probably be able to act as well because you've been pretty good. But my God, Stranger Things, It, Ghostbusters, you are crushing it, dude. They've left everything they know and moved to a small town in Oklahoma after inheriting property from the father she didn't know. So look, they look like nerds. To me, potential spoiler alert, they look like Spengler's grandkids. Who would Egon have been with? Who knows? But this feels like that's what they're sort of implying when we've seen them. And so it's hard to not assume this isn't sort of in honor of sort of, because we lost Harold Ramis, allowing his sort of kids to be the ones that inherit this stuff. There have been treatments of that in Hollywood for a while. I would love that. I think that would be a nice touching tribute to allow that to be the reason why he's not in the film, but we're celebrating him through his family characters. And it's good to know that it's in the family, done by the Reitmans. So it just makes sense, but they're not revealing who the father is. But maybe they'll trick us. Maybe it's Venkman. Who knows? But the director, co-writer Jason Reitman takes over filmmaking duties from his own father, who directed the original two Ghostbusters, and returns for this one as producer. Afterlife is a new adventure that connects back to the Manhattan cross-rip of 1984, Reitman said. Unlike the 2016 all-female reboot, which starred its story from scratch, existed in a different storytelling universe. The Manhattan Cross Rip is the technical term for that long ago bizarre incident in New York involving an apocalypse summoning skyscraper, gargantuan killer Marshmallow Man, and 4 working stiffs who managed to fight back against an ancient Sumerian god named Gozer. They don't mention Ghostbusters 2 and the slime and the dancing Statue of Liberty, so I don't know if that one's connected too. We will see. I don't hate Ghostbusters 2. I watched it as a kid. It was fun. It's nowhere near as good, but it's more of a kid's movie. You can tell they went there. But interesting. Should Ghostbusters 2 be counted, or do you skip it and just this is a straight Ghostbusters original one? That seems to be a thing Hollywood does now. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments down below while you're watching. All right, keeping back to this article, most of the original cast have committed to returning as their classic characters, although it's not clear in what capacity they'll appear. Harold Ramis died, sadly, in 2014, and Rick Moranis, who has limited his screen work in recent years, is not expected to reprise his role. I miss Rick Moranis a lot. He was great, but he's gone off. He lost his wife, and he went to go raise his kids, and man, I respect that guy and wish him the best, and let's not drudge him back if he doesn't need to be out. We probably won't see much of the classic characters until the film is itself revealed, what became of them and over the past 3 decades. Callie and her family are also wondering how those guys fit into their lives. As the family arrives at an old farm, they begin to discover their connection to the original Ghostbusters, Reitman said. Trevor and Phoebe are about to find out who their grandfather was and whether they're ready to pick up the proton pack themselves. Reitman doesn't want to confirm much else about the family's history, but people may have already noticed some familiarity in their appearance. Like I said, people are speculating that it's got to be, you'd think, Egon's grandkids. But then who was Egon sleeping with? Cool chance to learn some cool backstory about Egon. In the collapsing barn of the farmhouse, they find an old car bloomed with rust hidden beneath a tarp. The retro ambulance turned ghost haunting machine. In this shot, Trevor lays eyes on his new ride for the first time, originally hinted in that teaser we just watched. So that's revealing, oh wow, we have this old ghost busting. So they don't even know what the Ghostbusters are. I think that's kind of fun. Elsewhere in the house, which is packed with a mountain of books and lots of bizarre technology, Phoebe will find a device that reads psychokinetic energy. Ghostbusters fans will recognize that immediately as a tool of the trade from the original movies. The joy of co-writing a film like this is imagining the sound of Ecto-1's engine revving back to life, or the moment of the PKE meter lights up for the first time and begins leading you towards your destiny, said Reitman, who penned the script with Monster House and City of Ember filmmaker Gil Kennan. I like Monster House. It was a fun kids movie. Here's another shot we see of Finn's Trevor getting the family car running, driving through the cornfields. I love it. I love that this is back in commission. They figured out a way to sort of bring it back, Millennium Falcon style. Hopefully it's better than the Force Awakens format. Hopefully we've learned from that as we reboot things, because I think this would be a worthy franchise to keep going. You could still bust ghosts in a fun new way. The cartoon series, for example, was really a lot of fun. While her brother tinkers with the car, Phoebe finds herself transfixed by the mystery of their new town, not just by the peculiar subjects in their dilapidated home, but strange rumblings from a nearby mine. In this shot, her and her schoolmate, played by Logan Kim, ignore warning signs to venture closer to this abandoned and dangerous place. There they go, trying to go into this abandoned mine. Trevor and Phoebe may actually know less about the Ghostbusters than anyone. What happened in 1984 is as mysterious to them as Van Halen and Run DMC is to Billie Eilish. Fortunately, they have a summer school teacher named Mr. Gruberson, who was a kid when the Manhattan Cross Rip occurred, although later generations may think of it as a myth or not think of it at all. He remembers it obsessively and is excited to pass on what he knows. So he's the fun old boomer expert. Here we see the teacher stunned to be holding an actual ghost trap. It's been a while since he's seen anything like this, and never this close. So he's a fish out of water, but he knows the material. This is a fun sort of way to bring him into the world. I dig it. I'm on board. He might think he already knows a lot, but all of them are about to get an education in the otherworldly. So there you have it. So that's the first look we have. I like these images. I like Jason Reitman stepping up. I think he's done some great work. Thank You for Not Smoking, Up in the Air, Juno. He's done some fantastic films. He's great with characters. For him to step into this world that his father helped build with these iconic characters, sign me up. I think this could be a lot of fun. What do you guys think? Afterlife. Do you like the title? Do you want the Ghostbusters original characters? Do you want Venkman? Do you want Stantz? Do you want Annie Potts to come back? Do you want all these people? Should William Atherton come back as the SH blank blank blank? There's a lot of fun characters in that universe. Who should come back? Who do you want to see? Do you want them to do their own thing this time? I hope they do it in little doses. I want to see the characters come back. I thought they came back it was so frustrating about the Ghostbusters remake. I mean, so many things are frustrating about that Ghostbusters remake and with Kristen Wiig. The worst was when they had Ernie Hudson come back, and he came back in sort of this stupid role as Zed, and he could have come back as Zedmore. They revealed him as like, oh yeah, my dad owns the firehouse. Why couldn't he have been Zedmore? It would have been a perfect sort of connection, and they could have had a couple other things sort of make it be part of that world, and they just completely missed the landing. And then on top of it, wasn't funny. So I like the fact that they're going to figure out where these characters go. Did people stop believing in ghosts? Did they just zap them all out and now it's no big deal? There's a lot of questions that I hope they're thinking about and they answer properly, because I think there's way more to do in this world. I think Who You Gonna Call is a call that needs to come back. I know my kids love Ghostbusters. Every Halloween we were reminded of Ghostbusters with that song, and every Halloween playlist party in the world. So to bring it back and bring it back right would be an awesome, awesome thing. So I'm hoping, staying positive. I like these images. We will see on Monday when the trailer drops, and you be sure I will cover it for you. So stay tuned. Be subscribed. Go subscribe if you aren't already. And thank you so much for watching. Do check out our new show, Roast Reactions. I'm really proud of that one. It's a lot of fun. Now you can check it out. You can check it out here. It'll be properly there. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you with more videos soon. Bye, everybody.